Hello, beautiful people. You're most welcome to Footprints with Betwell. Today, I bring you yet another episode of Nweh 101, a series on the Bangwa lifestyle and the Nweh culture. Snippets of my journey to perfect my Nweh speech and learn more about my Bangwa culture. You're most welcome. Fiambanga. So today we are going to talk food. Boom. Before we talk about the food, I'd like us to talk quickly about the traditional meal of the Bangwa people. It's not just one. We have lots of meals that are traditionally Bangwa meals. Like the Bangwa people have been eating these same types of dishes or meals for ages. And the most staple meal in the Bangwa community is abe. Abe is pounded cocoyams that has been formed into lumps of fufu, and we call it abe. Bangwa people eat abe with a lot of things. Abe bekang, which is the fufu and sweet bitter leaf. We eat abenchi, which is the fufu and pumpkin leaves. We eat abebedi, which is the fufu and cocoyam leaves. We eat abendosum, which is the fufu and some elephant stalk. We also eat abe nye. Nye is soup, and we have different types of soup. We can make soup in Bangwaland with groundnut. We can make it with egusi. We can make it with okra. We can make it with lots of other things. We make soup with mushrooms. We make soup with tadpoles. A lot of things, yeah, and it's really, really delicious. We also eat a Ngapsa, which is like fufu and beans. Some people like it with white beans. Some other people prefer it with black beans. I prefer it with beans, any kind of beans. Some people wonder, how can you eat fufu and beans? Try it and you'll testify. And we also eat a bear and eggs, omelets, like really delicious. It's beautiful. So Bangwa people do a lot of abe, but we also have other delicacies like atemangang. Personally, I like atemangang. Atemangang is a kind of pudding that was made with groundnuts. And Bangwa people also have koki as a staple. Koki. So I think they call it bogo. I don't know. I'm not sure. My country talk is not the best, but I know that koki is a staple in Bangwa land. So Bangwa people eat a lot of fufu, abe, cocoyams. We also eat some fufu corn. Yeah. So just like that. And that's how food goes in the Bangwa household. And that's why it's rare to see a Bangwa household where fufu is not being cooked, whether at home or abroad. We just they chop fufu. Yeah. Anyway, for today we are going to talk about food. So we're going to translate some food stuff into the Nweh language. And for that, I have a special guest at the house. Princess and Mrs. Akawung Atabong. Yeah, all the way from the UAE. So she's honoring us today on Nweh 101, Footprints with Betwell. You're most welcome, girl, and thank you so much for doing this. Mrs. Atabong, or Aka as I call her, is a relationship coach. She is a wife and she is a mother, and she is an amazing princess from Fonuala's palace in Afo. Hello, Aka. Thank you so much for joining us today. You're most welcome. Fiambanga.
The pleasure is mine.
Okay. So, how is the princess doing today? What do you miss most about your life in the palace? What do you miss most about it?
Oh, my life in the palace, I miss the company of my brothers and sisters. I miss the group eating when our mothers will join our food together. Survival for the fittest. You don't know how to eat when you're in a polygamous home like us. You will go hungry all day through. Because when they put food like that, you get it. No time.
Yeah.
Our parents had no time to say, hey, come, let me feed you. So it's survival for the fittest. And it's really, really quite interesting. at times like that, before you even put your hand, the elder brothers have taken, especially the meat. You have no choice. The elders have taken everything. So it was always like. So when I was growing, when I was little, I think it was boring. But when I grew up, I left the palace. I began to miss those moments. I really miss those moments.
Yeah.
We have to move miles away from our own palace to fetch water, firewood, foodstuffs like that. We travel miles to leave our palace to go to where we have to go and fetch cocoyams, cassava. It was on foot. You have to travel about 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 in short. Though we used to see that when we did as it is punishment, but when we grow, we realize that no, these things it make
now you miss it. Now you miss all those years.
So I'm really
yeah. Okay. Let's just jump right into our business of today then. So we have a list of food stuff we're going to be talking about. Our list is quite long. It runs up to maybe 27 different food stuff and ingredients and flavors and stuff like that. So we're going to be talking about all of this so you can get a glimpse of how we talk in the kitchen when we're cooking in the Bangwa community. Yeah, so let's start straight away. Let's start with cocoyam. Cocoyam. How do we say cocoyams in Nweh? Okay, and I think there are different types of cocoyam.
Singular yeah, obong akungwe is all on that. Mbong zotong ibu koko, potong le bu ibu koko tong le bu Mbong and another type potong le kwamfre ibu missing on sobe. So but different time could be obong akuluk mbong ekuluk mbong ibu koko ibu tong le bu mbong kungwe miulanda let's is popularly known as achu.
Yes. Okay. Now we have fufu. Yeah. Fufu could be abe, which is the one that we use. I also have fufu corn. So generally, how do we call fufu? The fufu that we use, that most people use in Cameroon to eat. How do we call fufu?
Yeah, we don't abe, but yeah, we don't generally abe. But we bong different kind of abe. Obong abe kwole. Mbong abe nwe. Mbong abe watafu is a twenye akasava. Yeah. Mbong abe sang.
Okay. Yams. The white yams.
Along.
Sweet yam.
Lele.
I like it. They used to sell it on the streets. What about plantains? Akendong. What about sweet potato? Antongo. What about bananas?
Yeah,
bananas. Lembe. There are 2 types of bananas that we normally use, the ripe one and the unripe one.
Yeah.
Lembang and lembe tebang.
Yeah.
All right. And what about Irish potato?
Antita.
Rice. Bekwolek. Rice from a foreign land. Rice from the coast. I mean, bukwa from the coast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, rice from the coast.
Corn.
Yeah.
Corn.
Ngesang.
Okay. Vegetables.
Njap.
Yeah, we have njap.
Vegetable. Abong different kind, no? Abong njap, bong bekang, bong tisong, bong beli, bong so, it's so.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Bong cabbage, or the book for my shoe. Cabbage butong the shoe.
Okay. What about what's the difference between sweet bitter leaf and the normal bitter leaf in Nweh? How do they differentiate it?
Butong the sweet one, butong the bekang beli.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bitter butong the bekang atu.
Bekang, the bitter one. Bekang atu.
Yeah, butong the bekang atu. Yeah,
bekang atu. Okay. What about all right. What about black-eyed beans or cocky beans?
Bekwa.
That's the normal bekwa, not the rice one that is bekwa look.
Yeah, we don't need bekwa.
Bekwa. Okay. What about melon seeds or agusi?
Nju.
What about groundnuts or peanuts?
Nju. No, not yet.
All right. What about groundnuts or peanuts?
Mbijang.
All right. We have meat.
Mbap
kunya.
Mbap fong.
All right. Okay. Fish. It's fresh or smoked.
Oh, chemu dong de so obi de smooth one botong de so june. Then the fresh one botong de so full.
All right. Okay. What about spices?
Yeah, botong de baking.
Baking.
Yeah. Originally all garlic, ginger. Yeah, botong de baking.
Yeah, even all those traditional local spices, baking.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
And then we have oil. All right. Yeah, and then we have pepper, Scotch bonnet pepper.
Yeah, we don't need tisok.
Okay, and then we have onion.
No onion, but you know onions. Modifications.
Yes.
Onions.
Yes, so it's like a mispronunciation of onion.
Yeah. And it is a modern something. In those days, it was not. So
it's not embedded. Yeah, it's not embedded in the Nweh language. Okay, what about Maggi or seasoning cubes?
Yeah,
seasoning cubes or Maggi? Kwitimbanga. It sounds to me like man's help.
That's true, and yeah, because in those days they say when you use Maggi, maybe you will use less meat, less fish to cook. It tastes only with the Maggi alone. It can replace meat or fish.
Yeah, the flavor.
So our mother used to think that maybe they think that it helped me not to buy too much meat.
Yeah, so okay. It saves them the cost of a lot of meat.
Yeah.
Okay, kwitimbanga. All right, of course. That's and true. Then we have salt. Salt, very, very important in cooking.
Yeah, ngwang.
And then other key things that we need to cook are water and fire. So how do we say water in ngwang? Water. And then what about fire?
Mok.
So how do we say fireplace where we cook?
Mok.
The fireplace where we cook.
Lete mok.
Lete mok. All right. Wow. Thank you very much for today. Thank you for all your sacrifices. I know to get Mami Bikini time not easy. So thank you for the big sacrifice you've made for me today. For us on Footprints today. Thank you very, very much, Mrs. Akawunga Tabong, for helping us out today. You've been amazing. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. You who is always coming back and watching, and you who is new here, if this is your first time, thank you so much for joining us today. And I hope that you enjoyed your stay with us, and I hope you're going to stay glued to Footprints for videos like this and even more interesting videos on Nweh and Bangwa issues, lifestyle issues, faith-related issues, and cultural issues from Cameroon and elsewhere. Please take good care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Whoa.